Hello, lovely humans. Welcome to Self-Care Saturday with Sarah. I invite you to join me in this safe space. My diffuser is on, my twinkly lights are on, and I invite you to take a break for a few minutes with me. Breaks are important, and you are important. And only recently did I realize how important self-care is. If we can't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. Tania, my lovely roommate, has been telling me, if you don't take a break, Sarah, your body will take that break for you. I now know that that's true. So how can we prevent burnout? I might not have the answer for you, but I think I have some places you can start now. Tania helped me to figure this out, and I'd like to pay that forward now. So thanks, T. First, I want to say you should invest time in yourself. When you ensure you are not getting burnt out, the quality of care that you can give to others automatically increases. When you reach your full potential, you will have more time and energy to give back anyways. If you're constantly burning yourself out and putting yourself second, you are underselling yourself and giving lower quality attention to the people and the things that you love. And that's actually a disservice to them. In order to not be selfish, we have to be selfish for a little bit each day. So I have a proposal for you, something that worked really well for me. I took 1 month of being selfish. Unless you pick a really bad month, I'll maybe do it on a finer scale for just a week. What worked was spending a month documenting my sleeping patterns, my eating, exercise, extracurriculars, social time, relaxing time, self-care time, etc. And I found the balance that kept me healthy and happy. So there are a few questions that I think you need to answer to be able to come up with a self-care solution for yourself, because no single person has the answers, because we're all so individual and we have completely different individual needs, and that's okay. That's what makes us valuable, is that we're different and we can offer different things. So the questions that I think are really valuable to ask yourself are, how much sleep do you need every night and throughout a week? Because this is the basis for your potential work week. So I personally need 8+ hours of sleep a night. If I get less than that, that limits what I can do in the week. If I get more than that, I don't necessarily find my productivity increasing, but sometimes it can be really important to give yourself extra sleep for practicing self-care. Second, how many breaks do you need in a week? These aren't little breaks, these are like full. Like, do you need to take the entire weekend off? Do you just need to take a few hours off? Do you need to take a few hours off each night before you go to bed? I prefer at least a half day on the weekends, like right now, or one full weekend day off to feel like myself. That is my recharge time. It sets up my following week better if I take that time to give my brain a rest. Unless I have a really big thing that's happening on Monday, then I know I'm just going to be stressed if I'm not doing anything on the weekend. But I'm working on avoiding that by getting my work done in advance. Third, I think we're on 3. Third, how many clubs / lessons / practices can you do without getting burnt out? So extracurriculars. I personally enjoy 5 days of extracurriculars. If I try and do 6 or 7, I find it's too much. If I limit myself to less than that, I go a little bit crazy. But other people can only do 1 or none, or have to do 7, or have to do like 14. They need 2 things at least going on every day to structure their day and to be able to accomplish their goals. And that's okay. Figure out what works for you. Nobody can tell you any different. It's your life. You figure out what's going to give you the best setup to be a successful human. So personally, I've noticed that singing, so a cappella and the choir that I'm in, Eco Action and Divest Monet are all self-care for me. I need to have community involvement, I need to have a little bit of exercise, and I need that stress relief. I get stressed if I do not get to go to these things in a given week. So that's practicing self-care by letting myself enjoy that time. Fourth, how many hours can you study/work in a week? I prefer to do only 30 hours a week, which is basically for me 6 days of 5 hours of work per day outside of class time and extracurriculars. I can, but I shouldn't, do 40 hours a week. If I do more, I start to have to give up things that are important to me to accommodate this extra work, and I get burnt out. When I'm burnt out, I don't work as well anyways, and the extra hours essentially become useless to me. So figure out what your maximum potential productive working hours are and try and stick to it. Obviously, you gotta fluctuate with how much you need to get done to set yourself up for success. Sometimes that's going to be less than your max, sometimes that's going to be more, but just make sure you give yourself a break if you spend a whole week doing more than you should be. And take a little extra time for self-care because you're doing great. I know people that can work 50 hours and they need to do that much to feel good, and that's great. That's their balance, that's exciting for them. But I also know people who can only do 15 hours right now. If that's you, if that's your max capacity, you are not broken. It's just, that's yours, and you have to learn to accept it and love it and fill the rest of your time with other things because you deserve to be happy. So if you're not doing what everyone else is doing, that's okay. Life is telling you that your strengths lie elsewhere, and you should invest in those strengths because that's what makes you you, that's what makes you special, is what makes you stand out. And please don't compare yourself to others because they're nothing like you. Fifth, I think we're on 5 now. How much social time do you need? I need roommates/close friends. I appreciate having face-to-face contact 7 days a week with people who know/care about me and could tell me to stop snacking when I get in a frenzy. I need that extra level of control in my life. Over time, this can include people from my classes/extracurriculars, but until I'm really comfortable with them, I feel literally empty without that daily social connection. So I'm really grateful that this year I've been able to have such wonderful roommates because they help me with my self-care, and I really, really appreciate it. If you're an introvert, you can therefore adjust that time and use it for something else and just manipulate this system for however it's going to best work for you. Number 6, how much exercise do you need? This one always goes on my back burner, and it's something that I'm working on, and maybe we can hold each other accountable on it. I don't like working out. It actually will increase my stress levels and decreases the amount of time that I sleep recently. So I prefer doing it while I can multitask. So listening to podcasts while I'm walking in nature, hiking with friends, skating to podcasts or music. I currently can't do most of these things because of where I live, and that's okay. So I've tried to augment it by singing a lot because that actually burns calories and can get your heart rate up. I try and walk everywhere, and I try and do yoga, but I need to work on these things to better practice self-care. So if you're someone like that, maybe message me and we can hold each other accountable and get going on that. I guess 7, a last closing step is change your surroundings. I have a negative surrounding that's a trigger for my bad mental health, and I want to do everything I can to avoid that and to help others avoid having triggers, because positive mental health leads to a positive life. And I found that when I practice these forms of self-care, my mental health goes through the roof because I'm listening to my body and especially my mind and what it's telling me I need from myself to be okay and to have a good day and to have a good week and to have a good life. If you felt overwhelmed or stressed or unhappy or depressed, that's okay. You are not alone. We all go through these periods in our life, and I want you to know that I care about you and I want you to do well. And I hope that this video has helped you in some small way, because that's my only goal. I'm not perfect. I'm not here to lecture. I don't have it all figured out. Underneath my bed, even though my room looks clean, is a complete mess, just like my life is most of the time. Because yeah, I believe we can do better when we help each other out, and I wanted to pay this lesson that I've learned forward, and I'm still learning it, so maybe we can continue to learn together. Anyways, I think that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know we're all really busy, but yeah, I'm a 4th year student at Mount Allison University. I'm an honors biology student. That's sort of where my life is right now. It's really crazy. I know a lot of you have really crazy stuff going on, but it's so exciting, and you deserve to take time for yourself. So thank you for taking time with me, and hopefully I'll see you next week.